Hi everybody, I'm Cassandra from Craft to Believe After, and welcome to another video. Now you guys, I know my Sunday video that I normally bring out is a little later. It is Monday the 9th of September 2024. I had a wonderful weekend. A very close friend of mine from South Africa, she's actually going to Switzerland for work, and she decided to pop around Copenhagen before heading off to Switzerland. It was fantastic to spend some time with her over the weekend. We don't really get a lot of visitors from South Africa, so when we have the opportunity to have someone around to our place, it is so much fun. It's nice to show them sort of the shops that we use on a daily basis. Obviously, I took her to some of the very touristy spots around Copenhagen, the places that I love to see. I mean, even after 4 years of living in Copenhagen, there are certain places that I never get tired of seeing. And one of them is going to the area of the city where the Little Mermaid statue is. I love it there. For some reason, I don't know why, I love that area of town. Also, some of the castles. I never get tired of visiting the castles. And it has just been a super fun, super busy, extremely hot weekend in Copenhagen. It's very strange for September that we still have temperatures close to 30 degrees Celsius. Now in Fahrenheit, I think it's somewhere in the 80s, which does not sound that bad to a lot of you who live in places where it's like above 100 Fahrenheit or like close to 40 degrees Celsius. I know there's hotter places out there, but when you live in a place like Denmark where it rains every second day of the year and the temperature average per year is 17 degrees Celsius, having 2 days in a row where it's full sunshine and close to 30 degrees, that was as close to us having a heat wave as possible. It was just, we were hot and sweaty for 2 days straight. But it was such a beautiful, a wonderful time, spending it with my friend. And at least we weren't rained out. Like today, Monday, it has been pouring with rain the entire day. So I am just extremely thankful that we had the beautiful sunshine to walk around. Even if we were a little hot and bothered for some parts of it, I'd rather then have sunshine and be outside and be able to share all my favorite spots than not being able to go outside because of the rain. So it's been a fantastic weekend, and I look forward to whenever we get the next visitor, family, friends coming over from South Africa and spending some time with us. But now it is back to business. I'm excited to show you what I've been up to the last week, and it's not been a lot, to be totally honest. At first, I was actually considering, should I do a video at all? I really don't have a lot to show you. Last week was an incredibly hectic week at work. It was just one of those weeks where, I got home and I just had zero energy. I would crochet 2 or 3 rows of something and I would just be knocked out completely. And I thought, you know what? No, I will show you what I got up to last week, because I don't always have super productive crochet weeks. And, a lot of the time from the comments I get, and you guys know I love reading all of your comments, a lot of comments would say, wow, how do you get so much done in a week? You're super productive. And it's just not always the case. I watch many YouTube crochet content creators as well. And I would think, how does that person manage 20 items in a week? Or how are they able to finish blankets and cardigans? And you know what? I just decided I cannot compare myself to anyone. It will stress me out to no end. And I think it's good to show you that not every week in my life is going to be super productive. But I still want to share with you guys the projects I made because they are super cute. We're going to start off with the 2 crochet alongs that I'm a part of, one that I'm hosting, one that's being hosted by Jenny over at In My Spare Time Crochet. And that is our Granny Squares that we're doing, a year of Granny Squares. Cal, I will pop a picture of the book on the screen. I don't have the physical book. I work from a Kindle version, but I've really been enjoying it. I think we're on square I don't know if it's 6 or 7 now. I've lost track completely with where we are. Half the time I don't know the name of the square, so when I show you, I will also pop the name of the square on the screen. But this has been the last square that we completed, or the square that we're busy with for this week. Very, very quick, very easy square to do. Not difficult at all. It took me really quickly to make. I do like the flowery ones, although this one is not 3D. I must say that I enjoy the 3D flower ones, the look of them a bit more, although they're slightly more challenging, takes a bit more time. I do like the 3D ones a lot, but I think it's good to have just the plainer squares in between. And I think for the week that I've been having last week, which was incredibly busy at work, this was just the perfect project to not stress, nothing weird to concentrate too hard on. It was really a very easy square to do. So this one, square number, it might be 6, I'm not entirely sure, but a fun cal to be a part of. I love every week. I think on a Thursday usually Jenny brings out her video where she shows all of the squares. She has like this very cute slideshow of everyone who submitted squares to, and there's so many people participating. It's a lot of fun. I have been personally loving being part of community projects lately, and this is why I just enjoy the cal that I'm going to talk about now, which is the hashtag Amigurumi World Tour 2024. Why I'm enjoying it so much, because there's just so many people taking part from all over the world, and I really enjoy also, you know, here and there on our list of destinations, there's some crochet YouTubers that's also receiving the book today. I watched the video of the lovely Nova from Nova Gnome Creations. She is the latest US recipient of the book. She did a lovely video showing her project, which was the eggs. Then our international book landed with Michelle. She also has a YouTube channel called Lilac Cottage Crafts, a lovely lady. I'm really enjoying her videos as well. So I think she will also probably bring out a video as soon as she has done her project, which, if I remember correctly, is the pig. So we have now had the pig from the US book. We now have the pig also from the international book. So I am a few days behind on updating the photos for our World Tour journal. It is looking absolutely fantastic. I cannot tell you how excited I get every time an email comes in with a photo. So I actually, although I don't always respond straight away, I always look at the photos as soon as the email comes in, and then I ooh and ah about it. I make the email unread again so that I can go back in the evening when I do decide to update, and that's only when I also respond on the emails. But I have a look at the projects as soon as they come in. There's always super creative photos being sent in. I'm really enjoying seeing all of you guys' projects. I love everyone that's participating. I mean, we have got participants from all over the world, and it is brilliant. And it's every week I get someone new, someone from a different country that's not participated before, or a different area, and I love it. So if you have not joined in with the Amigurumi World Tour and you have got access to this book, please feel free to join in. Depending on what projects have been chosen, you can do one, you can do all of them. You can send me a photo of one of the projects and I will include it into our Hello From pages. And it's so much fun to go through and see everywhere in the world where people are participating from. Now, the last projects I've made, and I'm permanently now behind on projects, but I'm still going to show you what I have been up to now. The first one I completed was this cute little cactus. I can't remember, it's called something else, a seguana, or I don't know, I just keep on calling it a cactus. I don't know what it is actually. What is it called? Saguaro, or I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. It is this name right there. this cute guy. Now you guys have been especially creative on this one, which I've loved, so I felt like I had to do something just a teeny tiny bit extra on this one. So all I did was actually I glued some of those silk little roses on top of it. I did find a little pot. I actually didn't think I had a pot available, and then my son said no, he did have a cactus in his room, but I think the cactus fell, or the pot fell, and something happened and the cactus was never the same. So I I took over the little pot. So I did glue exactly as I explained to you in the book. I did glue my little dirt pot into the pot. I did not, all I do is with these long bits, and I did the same with my octopus, I just bend the arms up, so it's not terribly stuffed. So I do stuff these ones slightly less than I stuff my usual amigurumis, but this does allow me to sort of manipulate it a bit. So I know in the book she does tell you how to get the little arms to stay up like that. Oh, I did not have the time to do any additional sewing, so I just bend these little arms, and actually for the most part they stay like that. So I really like this one. This one was so quick to make. So if you have a little pot and you don't have to crochet a pot, for instance, super quick project. I really enjoyed this one. Then the next one I did was the mug. Very cute. The mug is in the book, it's a 2-item pattern, which I did split just so that I could have more people participating in the shipping of the book section. So it is in the book, it's the mug and the donut. We had a donut as a choice from, I can't remember if it's the international or the US book, so a donut has been a choice. Now someone did choose the mug as well. Oh, let me just see if I can focus. There we go. This one, now again, as always, I never tell you what yarn I use for what. So let me just quickly backtrack just a teeny tiny little second for my squares. All of my squares I'm doing for this book, I'm using Rainbow Cotton 8/4 or Friends Cotton 8/4. Now I've got a mixture of the two types, but it's a fingering weight 100% cotton yarn, and I use a 2.5mm hook. On the majority of my amigurumi wool twist, so the Whimsical Stitches pattern, for the most part I use Rainbow Cotton 8/6 or Friends Cotton 8/6, which is a sport weight, a yarn weight 2, and I also use a 2.5mm hook. Now for this little cup, I used that Hobby Fruta cotton yarn that I had talked about a few videos ago, where I just did a gajillion coasters. It's a 4-weight cotton, and it is fantastic to work with. But even with a 4-weight cotton, this mug turned out teeny tiny. It's a very small. So this is a 4-weight, and I think on this one, did I use a 3mm hook possibly? Normally with the 4 weights I move up to a 3mm. So this was done with a 4-weight. Now the inside is a different type of a 4-weight cotton. I think it's something like I Love This Cotton. It was a cotton that I received in Happy Mail last year. But because the brown cotton was quite a bit thicker than the Fruta cotton, even though they're both classified as a 4-weight, the brown was much thicker, so I had to do 1 row less of this coffee part, the inside part. So I did have to leave out 1 row from the pattern to make it fit exactly as it looks like in the pattern. But a very quick little make. This one was not difficult or time consuming at all. So at least I'm making some progress. And I did a pig before, so although I might do a second pig because I've got some ideas, I do have a pig, so on that one I'm not too stressed. I must do the eggs, and it was so fun to see Nova's eggs. She did it in different types of yarn. I might do something similar. Then I actually did, the onion is a fairly recent project, and I've actually made this whole part. All I must do is this bottom part and this little top part, and my onion is almost done. But this is the week I've had. I just literally did not have time to put little frillies on an onion. So anyway, next week you will see an onion from me as well. So that's it. Fantastic book to work with. And I think for a lot of us, we don't make multiple projects from books. We do a project here, a project there. But for many of us, this is the most we've worked from a single book, and it's been a lot of fun. So I'm really glad that I'm actually getting some decent use out of an amigurumi book, and I've had so much fun. So keep on sending your photos. I love receiving them. So even if it takes me a few days to answer you, please know that if you send me a photo, it will end up in our journal. As I say, sometimes life just becomes so hectic, I just cannot get to everything. But I know all of you will understand. The book will be updated, hopefully tonight as well sometime. But I do update it fairly regularly, at least every 3, if I'm pushing it 4 days. But most of the time, every 3 days or so, I upload onto my blog the new PDF journal. So I will pop the link to my blog down below, where you can always you can click on the link, it'll take you straight to the page where I have the PDF of the journal, and you can click on it, it will download. I do reduce the size, so it's not a massive thing that you will download onto your phone. I do reduce it that it's as small as possible, and now because our journal is now so big, I had to start reducing it in size. But have a look, it's brilliant. You guys are fantastic. All right, then on to the 2 fun projects that I've been doing this week. And you know, with it actually doesn't feel like autumn temperatures, but it is the start of autumn or fall. It is pumpkin season, and I really wanted to crochet a few fun pumpkins for decoration in the house. And I was looking on the internet and I wanted to find some free patterns, and I actually came across 2 tutorials. Now I found the patterns actually, I think, via Pinterest. Didn't even realize up until the point when I got to the video, because it's YouTube tutorials. I think you can buy the written pattern for it as well, but I worked from the tutorial. Originally didn't realize from seeing it on Pinterest that it's the same designer, but both of the pumpkins I'm going to show you is from MJ's Off the Hook. And many of you will know her. She's got brilliant tutorials. I mean, dozens and dozens and dozens of tutorials on YouTube. I think she's got a few more pumpkin patterns actually that I might just try. But I would actually like to know from you guys, do you have a favorite fall pumpkin pattern? Something that's quick to make, that looks nice, you know, that doesn't take 100 years to crochet. Let me know your favorite pumpkin patterns. If you're planning to make pumpkins, if you have made pumpkins, let me know down in the comments below. But I will start with the first one that caught my eye first, and it is this granny square pumpkin. Now I will tell you a bit about the yarn that I used, and it was so much fun to finally get to use it. It's yarn that I got in Happy Mail last year from my friend Kelly. She sent me some gorgeous yarns to try out, and this was the Red Heart Super Saver. It's one of the stripes yarns, and it is called, now I must just find the color name. What's it called? It's called Fruity Stripe. Fruity Stripe. Color number 3. I've been looking for the perfect pattern to use this yarn on. I mean, it is just, I mean, there couldn't be a more perfect autumn color yarn to use than this one. So I got it out. Wherever the yarn started, I'm pulling from the inside. So wherever it started from, that's where I started. And it started out with this yellow, moved into the orange. Now in the tutorial, she does actually show you how to change colors, but I mean, you can use a variegated yarn, you can use one color, you can do color changes. But with this yarn that stripes so beautifully, I didn't need to do anything, so it worked up really, really fast. Glued inside the top is a little cinnamon stick, And as you guys know, if you've been here before, I love this lacy ribbon that I bought from Amazon. I use it on loads of things. I really enjoy using it. So this was my first pumpkin. The only thing with this pumpkin, because it's got fairly big holes due to the granny stitch, you need to put your filling into a little bag. And I don't have a lot of linen type bags that I can use that would fit whatever size, because she uses specific sizes for the different sizes of pumpkin. It was lucky that I had one like bag lying around that I could use. It was sort of a pinkish color bag, worked perfectly for this pumpkin. But this is the only reason I didn't make more. But I loved this pattern, so I will link the tutorial for this pattern down below. The second one, and after this one I knew that I didn't have any more bags. I was going to have to find a pattern, a pumpkin pattern that's got a tighter stitch so that I can just fill or add my filling in my polyfill straight away. I didn't want to put it into a little bag or something again, and I found this pattern. Now this was such an interesting, it looks almost, you think it looks like something that is worked in a back loop, but it's not. It's something worked in a I don't know if it's the third loop, but she explains it so nicely in the video. It's very clear to see what she did. I didn't have any problem following this tutorial. I don't know what the stitch exactly is. I think it was it single crochets or half doubles? I can't even remember what it was, but it was so easy to follow the tutorial. It creates a beautiful ridge, and I really enjoyed it. So this one, you create a triangle and then you cinch the bottom and the top, and again you can add a cinnamon stick, or if you want to crochet a little stem or insert a little stick that you have from your garden, pluck it from a tree. But there's so many things that you can use at the top. I bought a pack of cinnamon sticks actually last year. I don't use them often for decorations, but this year I thought I'm going to make a few pumpkins. So this was super cute, and I really, really like them both. They're a really good size. They're not massive. And I want to see how many more pumpkins I can get from this skein. There's quite a bit left. I'm not even halfway. So I think at least 2 or 3 more pumpkins of, similar size. They're like handheld size little pumpkins. Really like them. So I'm definitely going to try and see how many more I can make, and I will show them to you in a future video. But as I say, let me know some of your favorite crocheted pumpkin patterns. Alright friends, that is it. I told you it has been a slow week of crocheting. I actually received a parcel from my yarny friend Carlotta. She sent me some yarns. I want to show them to you on the channel, but I'm already busy making something from some of the yarn that was inside there. So as soon as I'm finished with that project, I will show you the gorgeous yarns that she had sent me from the US to try out. And I always love trying out different yarns. It's not yarns that I have access to, so it is super fun for me to try something different, work something up, and I'm excited to show you guys what I'm working on. And that's it. That is it for this week. Remember, you can still send me your Miffy non-cal projects. I've received quite a few and they have been fantastic. So you can send your Miffy Bunny non-cal projects to me. I will link down in the description box below what the Miffy non-cal is. If you are new here, you're welcome to join in. Also remember hooking up with books that I'm doing with my good friend Caroline over at For the Love of Crochet. The deadline for that, where our reveal video is on the 15th of September. So try and get your projects to us around about the 13th. If you joined in, I did receive about, I think, 6 projects at this point. Really, really cute things that you guys have made for the book club. And then keep on going with the world tour projects. As I say, the only thing I'm keeping myself busy with is crochet alongs these days, and the odd little random project in between. But you know what? This is life. We do it for stress relief. We do it because we love it. And this is what my year is about. I keep preaching to you guys about do what you love. So if I can only do one thing a week that I love, that is also going to be fine. All right, friends, that is it. I love chatting to you as always. I hope you have had a good start to your week. I hope you had a wonderful weekend that just passed. I hope you're looking already forward to the weekend that's ahead, like me. Like as soon as Monday hits, I start counting the minutes towards Friday. I love weekends, but this is life, and we just go with it. All right, you guys. Until I see you in the next video, thank you for the joy that you bring into my life. I look forward to chatting to you very, very soon. As always, you guys, stay safe and stay crafty.